Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. See, everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the
sweat milk, which is weird.
And just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for
look
any
at
Australian
him.
animal, did you know they're venomous? No.
They're venomous? They kind of look like a miniature bear when they're that small.
I'm not fucking with you. You heard
With
me
a big
correctly.
beak.
Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for joining hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit,
so if you get stuck by this, you're screwed.
Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big...
What, they sniff blood?
Gas bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contraction.
Don't you think it's absolutely wild that like animals have this like natural capability, and maybe like 2 million years later humanity like invents like the radar, something close to it,
made by their prey, meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it. And last but not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
They glow in the dark.
If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is, we have no clue.
No, we got no idea why.
I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus man. I give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing? Wombats defend themselves by throwing it back. But to understand how
they started like trying to clap cheeks.
Need to learn a little bit about them first. You see, Australia is home to 3 species of these bad boys. All of them equally.
The wombats are really cute. Look at him.
All being burrowers, meaning they dig out a nice little hole for themselves and the family to live in.
They're kind of like Australian badgers, right? Are they connected to badgers in some way?
Because, like the rest of us, they can't.
They kind of look like a big hedgehog as well.
In this economy, man. They go to around 1.3 meters in length, but despite being small, they are built like fucking tanks, weighing in at a chunky ass 35 kilos. Despite their weight, I shit you not,
his weight is massive.
They have a top speed of 40k an hour.
What? That's about as fast as like some of the big cats.
Get booked in a school zone, coupled with them being a tank class marsupial, forms the start of their defense strategy. So you see, a fun fact about wombat anatomy is they spect all their defense points into their ass. Rather than having fat and muscle, a wombat's cheeks are made out of 4 thick plates of fused cartilage.
Oh, so they use it like tail whip? Is that what he was doing against like the bucket? Is that how he just damage? Is that how they fight like for females?
Making it extremely solid. And this Kevlar BBL allows for the fucking funniest defense mechanism I have ever seen on an animal. Basically, if a predator tracks down Mr. Wombat to his burrow, it'll stick its head in and start trying to dig him out. In response, the wombat will line his ass up with the tunnel door, chuck the gear shifter into reverse, and fucking floor it backwards up the tunnel into his aggressor, slamming his ass into its head. The impact then squashes the predator between his steel cheeks and the roof of the burrow, straight up crushing its skull like a Mortal Kombat fatality. I cannot make this shit up.
I did not know that about wombats. I did not know they had such a powerful ass. There's so much to learn about these random animals. Wombat ass. That's a combat upgrade we should consider in the future.
It straight up paralyze you. That's because this isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And
of course, it's Australian.
To absolutely no one, it is also.
It looks like a D&D monster that got petrified.
The most venomous fish in the ocean, because of course it is. As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet.
So not only do you have like the most hideous land animals, you have the most hideous sea animals as well.
why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? Well, you see, stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little f***er doesn't have the decency.
Yeah, it's not brightly colored. It's not got this like weird like fancy coat or like skin color or anything like that. It literally just is the chameleon of the sea.
Like a neon sign to warn you. No, 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 no. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And once they've set themselves up,
they look hideous. They look like one of the ghosts or like the monsters from like Ghostbusters. You know, like that hideous, gross, big cat tiger thing. I forget the name. Dozer? It might be Dozer. But like, it looks like that. It's like all gross, like a 1980s horror kind of movie.
They are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach.
Oh,
and that
no.
venom we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention,
yeah.
if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach as one of the homies, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous
I don't know how Australians exist in real life.
Straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No, 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 no. You see, these things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis.
Oh no, they're always necrotic, aren't they?
Is trying to one-shot me. This bird...
We never get a paladin fish. Do you know what I mean?
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital. I'm dying. This is the gympie-gympie plant, a piece of foliage...
The gympie-gympie plant. How do Australians name this stuff? Do you know what I mean?
Down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Yeah, no, of course, man. Even the
An Australian native.
Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in...
It doesn't even look like that dangerous. Do you know what I mean? It just looks like... Yeah, it's a bit creepy, but not like if I touch this, it's going to be the most insane pain I'm going to have in my life.
Tiny hairs that upon closer inspection aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will...
They look like they're made of like silicone or glass.
And cause absolutely excruciating pain.
They never use these in like the Saw films or like any other torture film like that. Like if you use these, you don't need to like start like cutting people's skin off. I think you just hit them with this and be like, oh my god.
Comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and she'd given birth 4 times. And the f***ed up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal.
Imagine falling into a bush.
So this spiteful of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground.
I don't know why people do that for TikTok. They like... I don't know, eat the Tide Pod, hit themselves with the leaf or whatever. Just insanity.
Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with...
Yeah, I told you they were going to be silicon. I guess there's definitely a way to break it down, but like not in a way that'd be good for your skin.
When they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin anytime that they're moved or disturbed.
Which is like every time you go in like the shower and you like try and wash your arm, like
constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
Oh my god.
It gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. I have been...
It kind of looks like the leaf might be comfortable, but like you'd soon find out it would not be. Yeah, I can imagine if you did that, give yourself a good old wipe, you'd be like, oh my god, what have I done? How do I make it stop?
This bird has to rearrange its organs.
It's a kiwi.
just to lay an egg.
This cute little guy is the kiwi bird, a species of ratite native to New Zealand this time, and the absolute poster child for getting cucked by evolution.
You see, this walking featherball is
I love his like his really long beak. I guess they feed on ants and stuff like that.
actually directly related to the emu, ostrich, and cassowary.
Are you kidding me? It's like 1/100th the
Being
size.
a member of the same family of flightless birds. However, there is a problem. You see, the rest of the kiwi's bloodline actually looked up a build guide before picking this stat spread, and as such made sure to trade the whole flying thing for something
Yeah, for something useful.
useful.
With all of his cousins specking into speed, size, and some kind of offensive capability.
So that leaves the question, what did the kiwi pick to make up for not flying? Absolutely nothing.
Just took full debuff. He's just trying to speed run the hard strat, you know?
Tiny
Natural Dark Souls player.
in comparison to their relatives, coming in at only 4 kilos in weight and 50
Cute he
centimeters tall.
is.
This is because kiwis evolved largely on an island with no natural predators, so they downsized and traded out the knife feet and bloodlust for just being a little guy with a good attitude.
Aw.
Which honestly worked pretty well for them until the British did British things, and now they have to deal with cats and dogs trying to eat them. And considering this build,
I wonder if they'll like evolve to like have more like defensive capabilities going forward.
not designed for PvP, they have been clapped so hard by invasive species that they are now unfortunately an endangered animal. But getting shafted by the British is just the beginning of the generational violation of the
Come on, you all want to be shafted by the British. Don't say you don't.
because these poor feathered fruits can't even reproduce without getting f***ed over. You see, kiwi birds' cousins are famous for laying huge eggs.
Yeah, like the
Talking
ostrich
protein
egg,
macros in
massive.
one meal-sized eggs. And you would think that is because they are large.
How does like the ostrich egg taste? Like the emu egg taste? Does it just taste like a normal egg but massive? Because they are like dino eggs. They're ridiculous.
And you would be wrong. Because their vertically challenged cousins have to lay eggs the same size.
How? How does a kiwi bird lay something that big? It's the size of the bird itself.
A kiwi bird lays eggs 20% the size of their body. With the egg being so bloody large, it rearranges their internal organs and stretches their rib cage just to
What?
be able to hold the thing.
For reference, that is like a human giving birth to a 15-kilo child. That's not a bun in the oven
Kilograms.
anymore. That's a whole
I know like there's been like heavy babies, but not that heavy.
bakery. I ate lunch with
That is crazy. I don't understand how that works.
this bear was actually a soldier. But how?
Who was this bear a soldier with? I'm gonna say the Russians.
It was 1942, and the 22nd Polish Artillery Company
Oh, Polish? Oh, hang on. Isn't it like in Warhammer 40k? Don't like the Polish kind of reference? Don't they have like bears with guns?
were passing through the mountains of Iran on their way to the front lines to fight the Nazis. While passing through a town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphaned Syrian brown bear cub.
I offer you this baby bear. You
See,
interested?
this bear's mother was shot by hunters, which is how he ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as a
Low-tech
trade deal.
Pokeball.
Polish looked at the bear and, clearly seeing the potential for insane dad lore, said,
Good deal.
and in the most worthwhile trade deal in history, parted ways
Yeah.
with their supplies in exchange for a f***ing Pokemon.
You're gonna have to feed the bear like so much food, and then like the bear has to hibernate too.
Adopting him into their ranks and naming him Wojtek. And the 22nd immediately set about raising this little man as a proper bear and soldier.
Nice. Give him a bazooka.
Maybe they would feed him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle, as well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet consisting of fruit, honey, and marmalade. They also appointed a soldier as his caretaker who wasted no time in showing Wojtek how to fit in with the rest of the army, teaching
Nice.
Yogi's little cousin to wave, salute, and even march. While not undergoing rigorous military training, Wojtek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them in the morning, trained with them in the day, and when they all got shit-faced in the evening, he would f***ing wrestle with them. Do you know how much a brown bear has has to love you,
The Eastern European special, bear wrestling.
to wrestle you. On top of double rations, they would also feed Wojtek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes. They let the bear have smoko. Eventually, Army High Command heard about this and were having absolutely none of it. You see, pets were not allowed in the army, which meant Wojtek had to go. Or did he?
Yeah, unless you enlist him.
Because the 22nd Artillery Company officially enlisted him.
I'm doing
Yep.
my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Wojtek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private. So when confronted about this
Nice.
very conspicuous bear in their ranks, they simply went, "That's not a bear, that's Private Wojtek."
Yes. It's a guy in a bear suit.
And
The
Wojtek
first
took
furry.
his new role very seriously, as during the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells
They use him as like an artillery train.
ammo to soldiers engaged in combat.
Nice.
Fucking resupply bear. For his bravery,
Resupply
he
bear.
was promoted to the rank of corporal, and the
Yeah, bro. Does he get his own like little platoon to look after?
22nd changed their insignia to a bear carrying an artillery.
Nice.
This absolute
His face. He's so happy.
unit smoked, drank, and dropped artillery on the Nazis.
Look at his face.
Based.
Rules of nature. That is incredible. What a beautiful story to end on. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget that I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye.